Hello, all you beautiful creative people out there. Welcome back to Scheetz Sew Creative. And if you know me, you know that I have an unhealthy addiction to thrift stores.
Yep.
Antique shops.
That's what I put in the script.
Junk stores.
I said it.
Yard sales.
Indeed.
And estate sales.
Those are the worst.
Well, my grandmother always said, you call a spade a spade. I guess that makes me a spade. But to my defense, I have a very creative mind, and I find all kinds of things to upcycle and repurpose. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn this thrift store skirt into this comfy pair of lounge pants. So let's get right to it. I'm going to move my favorite adult beverage out of the way, coffee, of course. And I am going to bring out my skirt. So, when I was thrifting, I found this split side skirt, and when I touched it, it felt like butter. And I thought, what would be better than to be curled up in a comfy pair of lounge pants like this with a good cup of coffee and a good binding to put on a quilt. So, yeah, as a quilter, you don't have much time to read. At least I don't. So, I have taken this split skirt, and it has an elastic waist on it. First and foremost, I'm going to take these plastic hanging strips out because I don't know about you, but they drive me nuts. That's a pet peeve of mine. I hate these little plastic things. Okay, so now I have already taken another pair of lounge pants to find where I would want my crooch to be at, because you know we wouldn't want this video to be uncomfortable, so we want to keep it for all audiences. So I am going to take, and I have already pinned where I want the crooch to be, and I'm going to flip my skirt inside out. I'm going to grab my seam ripper, and I am just going to rip the seam out up to where I have pinned. So as I do this, I will give you the backstory as to what a crooch is. Many years ago, my mother worked for a fabric store in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania called Lois Fabrics. And they had a gentleman come in, and he wanted some alterations done on some pants. And he told the ladies that the alterations needed to be done to the crooch so that they would be more comfortable. And I guess he kept referring to it as the crooch. So, growing up with my mom and sewing, it became the crooch. So, we are going to work on that.
And I will do some video magic.
Okay.
And speed that up.
So that
they don't have to watch you.
Watch me rip out this seam.
Yep.
All right, you do that.
All right.
So because this is a knit, I am able to kind of pull. I started tearing the stitches out with my seam ripper, and because it is a knit, I'm able to stretch it a little bit, and it pulls those stitches apart for me. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a pair of scissors and just kind of nip those threads, and it's going to go a lot faster.
Does that mean you made it to the crooch?
I'm almost there to what's going to be the crooch. Alrighty. There we go. I'm happy with that. So, I did find out that nipping the end with the seam ripper and then switching over to scissors, because it's a knit and I could kind of nip those stitches in between, made it quicker. if I was to do this again, because I'm hoping it works out. I have no idea. I'm swinging it. If I was to do this again, I have a really amazing pair of Karen K. Buckley serrated scissors that are real tiny that I use for applique, and I would probably use those just because with the serrations or with the serrations, when you get to the end of your scissors, that's where it stops. They don't slide. It grabs what you're cutting, and it just snips it without sliding or moving. So it keeps your cutting more accurate. But alrighty, off on another topic. All right, so I have my skirt. It's turned inside out, and I am going to take. So if I was putting the skirt on as a skirt, I would be putting it on like this. So I'm going to take my right and my left, and I'm going to bring them together. And if you need to, just to help you, of course, I don't have a pin. Oh, here he is. Okay. You can go ahead and pin that waist together so that it helps you from it shifting. Whatever works for you. That is what I say works. Everybody has different limitations and abilities, and I say whatever gets the job done, and works for you, that's the right way to do it. I am not a foot police or sewing police. Oh, there's my pin. All right. So now that I have my center points of my waist turned, I'm going to stand up here a minute. You can see that I have 2 pant legs. So I am going to take, and I have...
But
yes.
you might want to stand up and do that because it doesn't look like it's quite centered.
Okay. Repin it. Do I need to...
That's better.
Is that better?
A little too. There you go. Perfect.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, just go ahead and pin this so that it doesn't shift. Alright, so I am working with knit. And when you work with knit, I have found that you need to use a zigzag stitch. Ideally, if I wasn't being lazy and it wasn't a late night already, I'd probably get my serger out and just do this with a serger. But because I have my machine set up here, I have changed my foot on my machine, and I have a foot that will allow me to do a zigzag stitch.
Then not everybody has a serger either.
Yeah, and not everybody has a serger. That's very true. So I am just going to take and match up my pant leg here.
Hey wife, on this one, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Start at the crotch.
Start at the crotch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, one thing with this is I plan on not stitching all the way down the legs, because I do want them to be like comfy and flowy. So I don't want them constricted. And I have a pin in here. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead at the bottom though first. I'm gonna bring my bottom of my skirt together. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see. That looks like a nice comfy length. That'll give me a nice flow at the ankle. So I'm gonna put my pin in there, and then I'm going to bring this around. I'm going to fold them in half, grab them by the crotch, shake them out. And these are just lounge pants that I'm gonna lounge around the house in. So they do not have to be perfect. They just have to be perfect for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and line these up. There we go. And I'm going to I have to be honest with you. If this fabric was not so buttery feeling and just I can't wait to put them on. I would probably not be doing this because I am not a fan of knits just because they stretch. I like my good old quilter's cottons. So, alrighty. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna line them right up with the other side, making sure, bring it up here. I wanna make sure that it's not stretching and pulling. And I'm gonna line it up with the other pair, the other leg. And I'm just gonna take a pin and stick it right even. I'm not measuring anything, I am winging it. All right, so husband thinks that I should start at the crooch. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to bring my crooch together and just kind of nest that seam that's already there from the serger that the company used. And I am going to come over to my machine. I already have it set up with a zigzag stitch. So I'm just going to come in under. And with clothing, I usually do a 5/8 inch. So I'm going to just make sure that these are lined up, and I'm going to do my 5/8. I'm going to do a zigzag. You can switch your machine to a jersey knit needle if you prefer to.
So the reason I said start at the crooch is
because you just wanted to say crooch.
well, there's that, but I just think it would be easier to make sure everything lines up at the crooch with the start plan.
All right, I'm coming up to my pin. I'm going to take that out. And I am actually going to change over to a straight stitch. And I'm going to do just a stitch or two. And then I'm going to turn. And I'm going to stitch off. I'm going to back stitch back up. And then back off again and knit on the thread. Alrighty. I got a thread caught. There we go. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna flip them around the other way. I'm gonna come back in here. I'm just going to start out with that straight stitch and kind of go over the top section there of that stitching. Do a straight stitch across at 5/8. Like I've done this before. Alright, I'm going to switch back over to my zigzag stitch and make sure that my legs are lined up. And I probably at a later time will run this through the serger again just to reinforce it. But if you don't have a serger, well, this is real TV, people. All right, I did not press Okay, there we go. All right, let me put this down. All right, let's go back up.
Did you forget to switch it to zigzag?
I hit the zigzag, but it didn't switch over. So, all right, we'll do this again. Zigzag, zigzag. All right, and now we'll turn at the 5/8. All righty. All right, now we're zigzagging. And if it works better for you, you can clip this. You can pin it. You can do whatever makes this more enjoyable for you. I'm just looking for fast and easy, and I cannot wait to put these buttery soft pants on. Curl up with my pibbles, my baby and my Pippa. All right, I'm down to my needle there. And Pippa and baby's little fleece bed there. Don't let me forget it.
I won't.
Okay. And then I'm just going to sew off the edge. Back stitch, just to reinforce that because it's that edge. And then cut my thread. Alright, so if you like this video and you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will really help us continue to make more content for you. I'm just going to go ahead and trim up some of these strings, these extra strings, until I can run it through the serger. You know, please give the video a like if you found value in its content. You can drop us a comment and tell us where you're from, or if you have a specific project you'd like us to do. I really like hearing what other people's ideas are, and learning from other people. That's how I think that's sometimes the inspiration to my imagination. Haven't decided yet if I want to take this off. This is not a string that is connected to anything, so I think just for the ease and comfort of the pants, I'm just going to go ahead and nip those threads so that take that right off there, so it's not even there. Alrighty, I am going to go ahead and put these on. So, with the magic of television. I got my son. Hi, Wally. Hey, Bubby. All right, so I am excited. I think they turned out just the way I imagined them. And they are so comfy. Even Wally wants to go and snuggle now. So, I'm going to grab my cup of coffee. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more of my imagination gone wild, I'm just so excited. They're so soft. I can't wait to go upstairs and curl up with the dogs. So, yep, and my ankles came out the way I wanted them to, and I'm excited. So, if you like this and you'd like to see more like this, you know, leave us a comment. And let me know what you think of my skirt turned lounge pants. And come and see us again. Bye!